Hello? Can you guys hear me? Am I around? Sweet baby.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus. I did the whole intro by myself to myself. But it's all good, y'all. Hey, what's good? I like to hear the sound of my own voice. Sometimes it is okay to love yourself like that. But it is your boy, FrostyTheSwoleman, a.k.a. Archangel Frosty. As you can see, my excellent wordplay precedes me. But we're here to talk about RVE, the 37th edition, and I am here co-commentating with...
Hey y'all, it's Jaykom. I'm an Elton player, love UNICLR, and I'm super hyped for this matchup.
Hate to see it. No, it's okay. It's okay. You're fine. Now that your bullets are actually projectiles, we can be friends now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We can be cool now. Before all that boop de boop that you had going in ST, where it was like where I couldn't IC or 3C through it, then we had problems. But now we can talk. We can associate. We can mingle in public.
I see.
But speaking about mingling in public, these guys are about to throw down right now. Hyde versus Gordeau is our first matchup. Do you have any personal experience or any insight into the matchup yourself?
So I know a couple of good Gordeau players, but I think it's pretty tough, honestly, especially because of Gord's frame data. I think that Hyde can do a really good job of sort of getting around a lot of Gord's levels, especially with projectiles. I mean,
Orbiter is the best one. Orbiter is the best one in the game. Some Hyde players may disagree, but 10 out of 10 Frosties think that this button is stupid. But man, ArSlayer is going all the way in right now. Ooh, tried to go ahead and check. That was really interesting that he was going to try and go ahead and get the assimilation right there. Where he just went for like a safe meaty, maybe went for like a 2-2A or police the backdash with a Grim Reaper and still been able to chain shift. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of players, especially first round in the long set, will sort of test the waters and see what they can get away with. You know what I mean? I doubt he'll go for that again.
I mean, we'll have to check. We'll have to check. Apparently, getting a word from the men above, that these players are familiar with one another. So we may not be playing. We may not be going in a traditional order of Yomi. Yomi level 1. We may be starting on like level 10 or 20, like right out the gate.
I see.
Yeah. So if we see some oddball stuff, it might be player familiarity. All right. Okay. Ooh, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that one. He went for the Mortal Slide twice, which are basically just free shields. He ended up giving that Vorpal Cycle away. Nice chain shift into DP.
My God. Oh, good check.
I would say 5A gets the punish, but he was not prepared to finish his combo. And he
There's
made
things like that happen a lot, no? It's a lot of the time, especially in Under Night, where you get sort of weird stray hits, and you know, they're sort of awkward to confirm into.
Yeah. He just got the 5A and wasn't expecting it to actually be able to convert from the Rekka. I mean, no, actually be able to punish the Rekka. So he just wasn't in a position where he was ready to combo. He was ready to block string. But going into game 2, after Zur picked that one up, I like what ArSlayer had going. I think ArSlayer would benefit from really watching the Vorpal cycle. From really watching the Vorpal cycle a bit, and like that. And I was just about to say, not ending his block strings consistently in Mortal Slide. It's just free. It's just giving away free grid. And you really don't want to do that. And you really don't want to do that when it's nearing the end of the cycle. Just chill back. You know what I mean? Just kick back, allow the cycle to close out, and then continue your pressure post while you have change shift, post Vorpal.
Winning that grid too is going to be sort of what shifts the matchup, I think, in Gord's favor. Because if he can convert with CS, I think it'll give him a lot more opportunities, especially to get out of pressure like this, and sort of CS out, and then he's in a good spot. But now he just sort of has to eat all this pressure.
I agree.
Blown up for it.
I agree, and it's not necessarily Gord's frame data that's the issue here. More so, it's the buttons that he has to utilize to try to poke out of Hyde's pressure. It's because Hyde can space his button. Hyde can space out his block strings to the point where 2C won't necessarily reach, and that's going to be Gord's fastest button. And when Hyde spaces his pressure out that way, he can end his pressure strings in 2-2B, which is going to effectively give him plus frames. Or if Gord shields it, he'll be like, I think it's minus. I think he's going to be -1, -1 or -2 if he shields the 2-2B. Nice, he got punished for the. I mean, he got punished right there for the air shield. But Gord just really doesn't have anything that he can commit to challenge out of Hyde's pressure safety, so it's almost always a gamble unless you have access to that chain shift. Ooh, goes for the EX assimilation, gets the assault JC, wasn't ready to convert off it, went straight into the 3C for some reason. Nice grab. And now Zur has the Vorpal cycle. The last thing that you really want to give an opponent when they are down is an ability to shift momentum like this right here. 5A.
This is not a good spot.
Exactly. 5A, 6B, 3C. Wasn't able to finish. Didn't finish the combo completely. Wondered why he was holding on to the cycle instead of just going in and like C1 and getting the kill. Maybe just wanted to carry the meter with him into the round. Very risky decision that ends up paying dividends right here. My man goes into it with a full wallet. He has a full wallet. Oh, run straight into the Rusty Nail. All right. Good 5A poke. Backdash is out of force function.
Nice
grab.
Oh, stops the combo. It's unfortunate. Oh, grid break.
Yeah, my man. So the thing about stand tech, and that's 20 push-ups, baby.
That's not a combo.
Oh my. Oh yeah, though. Didn't even realize that wasn't a red beat. My man not only stood tech, and then he also ended up getting finished off with a red combo. A red beat. You hate to see that. Going into the next match, I really do feel like these Vorpal cycles are like killing ArSlayer. I think ArSlayer is playing a really solid game at points, at points in the match, but he's just really getting caught. He's really getting caught with his pants down when he's going in these strings and these Mortal Slides. Just needs to adjust his pressure just a bit. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. The 5C rebeat 2A, 5C rebeat 5A. Just something to bait the green shields out. Ooh! Oh, he got the Rusty Nail, didn't combo off it. Oh my god, that's so much damage that just went down the drain. Alright.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, he got it. Does he get the link? Oh, he didn't get the Rekka low enough for him to walk like do the micro dash. I think it's micro dash 3B or micro dash 3C. Can't remember which of the two it is.
It's so tough to block.
Nice. 3B pickup. Gets comes down with 3K. 660 to the other side and then gets caught with the 2-2A.
I think Zur winning these cycles so much also is what helps to press his advantage. Like, he gets to stay on offense a lot longer and sort of start mixing up the ArSlayer, which is...
oh, no, go ahead. Please.
which is sort of helping him even when he's down, right? Like even slivers of health, he's able to sort of climb back in, because he doesn't have to worry about ArSlayer having cycles.
Well, yeah, well, it's not only that. I think more so the issue that Zur having the Vorpal cycle poses is the fact that it's like you said, it's able to make his offense drastically. It makes his offense drastically better. Ooh, surprised he didn't get DP'd there. Yeah, surprised he didn't get DP'd. But it doesn't not only makes his offense drastically better. It puts ArSlayer ArSlayer's offense on a timer, right? Because like I always tell people, the threat of Vorpal is not in actually utilizing the chain shift. It's in having access and the ability to use the chain shift. No one's really scared once you chain shift unless they've already committed to a button. But I can just wait till you chain shift and then challenge you post chain shift. I can turn this into RPS. But if you have access to it, I'm constantly waiting and I'm constantly doing true strings and not frame trapping you because I don't want you to be able to punish me, especially with a character with a meterless DP like Hyde. It's very important that you get access to that chain shift. Basically, the confirmation of a DP away from him. But straight out the gate, ArSlayer wins the first Vorpal cycle. Hyde hits the 5B5C, ends up getting hit challenge. On wake up. Wonder why it was a count. I wonder why it was a counter hit though. I thought he'd get hit in recovery. Ooh, nice tag. He needed that was a very good read from ArSlayer. Looking at the Vorpal cycle, realizing that there was no way Zur was going to win that cycle without actually going for a throw. He needed the throw to connect to have even a shot at it. All right, nice assault jump beat. Assault jump beat. Fallen JC ends up finding a hit. Wasn't able, didn't kill off of it. Assault J2C is going to clear it up for that round. ArSlayer's got to figure out something. He keeps trying to. He needs to be the one establishing the tempo. Oh, gets caught with the counter hitters on the last Rekka follow-up of Mortal Slide. Okay, J6C. Okay, slowly dash blocking. I like what Zur's doing. I like what Zur did there. Zur slowed down his pacing. Like if you guys look, it was towards the end of the Vorpal cycle. So he was trying to bait something. He was like going towards ArSlayer and just trying to bait something out of ArSlayer, but he wasn't going to push anything. He was very aware of where the cycle was. 6-6-C's his way in. The dash from the 6-6-C, the dash and the 4 momentum from the 6-6-C was enough to win him the Vorpal cycle, even post chain shift. Goodness gracious.
Oh, nice check.
Ooh. JA in the air detonate. That one's always interesting. That one's always an interesting situation to deal with because the first one is always going to be a true. I think the first part of it's always a true block string, but then you can push something in the gap in between the explosion because like when you initially touch it, the sword hits you. The detonate sword hits you, and then the explosion happens after. So you can challenge after that. I wonder if ArSlayer is aware. All right, nice. Gets hit with the 5C. Let's see what Zur's going to do. Definitely get in the corner. Gets 3k damage off of this. Not bad at all.
Ooh, that's a low.
I think ArSlayer was kind of expecting him to switch sides. Because you know if he does the pogo stick right, it can pull you out the corner and he'll go to the other side.
Yeah. I liked what Zur did there too. He sort of, he dropped the combo, was able to charge up, win the cycle, and then he could continue his pressure after. I think it's really heads up play.
All right. Both players deciding to be a little bit. Ooh! Okay. Straight out the gate. Half circle forward C. I see you. Ooh! Gets hit with the force function. Unfortunately for Zur, he didn't chain shift it. We all know how much damage Hyde does when you get hit with the ICFF.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, nice challenge.
Pokes out with a 2B. Not the longest of buttons, but definitely no slouch when it comes to poking out of pressure.
Oh yeah.
Gets hit with the wake up Rekka. Pushing towards the corner. 2-3-6-C to maintain the pressure. Throws an orbiter. 2-3-6-A right in the face. And then no cancels, and just threatens the potential for the delayed detonate. I like it. Ooh! 2-1-4-C ends up losing to BDP. It's so active in the hitbox. The hitbox is active pretty much all the way up, like the whole thing. Like from top to bottom until he reaches the peak, it's all active. It's so stupid.
Wow.
Zur is
5-0 Zur.
Zur is running away with this. What do you feel like ArSlayer needs to do in order to like get one on the board? What do you feel ArSlayer needs to do to get one on the board right now?
So I think Yeah, I see the potential, especially with his ability. He could have taken, that last round. But I think it's a lot of, he's playing on the back foot currently, and he needs to sort of get his mind right and be able to go on the pressure. Because you see him respecting Zur at every single instance, and then Zur is able to just go on the offensive as much as he can and control the pace of the game.
So let me ask you: do you think that is a result? Do you think that that's more so a result of the success Zur has already found, more so than? So do you feel like that's a result of like the fact that ArSlayer, like everything ArSlayer has been trying, the times when he's been trying to poke out and things like that, have been met with counter hits and stuff of that nature? Maybe he's just scared to push anything at this point. Like,
well, I think we
just saw in that round, he got counter hit like 3-4 times trying to mash out of pressure.
I think he's had certainly successful attempts, but a lot of the times it's just Zur's offense is airtight. It's just sort of in the neutral when he's got to make a play for, to get some sort of offense going or to at least create space and get hits down.
You think so? So you think he needs to control? He needs to be the one in control of the engagements between.
Oh yes, most definitely.
I do feel like Zur is able to establish the tempo, and that's been a very, very big problem throughout the course of this match. Oh, but like things like this. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I was about to say. Another thing that I'm really recognizing throughout the course of the set, like almost every time Zur starts approaching ArSlayer is consistently backdashing.
Oh yeah.
Trying to avoid any kind of defensive situation where they where he has to block anything that Zur is doing. He just wants to disengage and reestablish the distance between them that's being lost by him approaching. And what Zur has done to adapt to that is he's just begun 6-6-ing. He's been running up the adamant 6-6-ing more now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hoping to see ArSlayer hunker down this one and just block a little bit more. Stop consistently ending in those mortal slides like we mentioned before, because look, like that's pretty much all this was. Zur got barely a couple hits. ArSlayer has been backdashing like crazy, and people have to remember. I think the thing ArSlayer has to remember is backdashing is not free in this game. Backdashing does cost grid. Force functions cost grid. If you're force functioning and you don't have enough meter to pay for it, you are giving your opponent grid, and that's been something that ArSlayer hasn't, been kind of mindful of. He's been giving Zur a lot of free blocks.
Oh yeah.
But let's see if he can take some back right here. Does he get the ender? He missed the 3 at the end. Missed the 3 at the end, so he wasn't able to quite get his Oki to steal some. And that's kind of what I was talking about. He's throwing. He threw the orbiter. He dashed up through the orbiter. ArSlayer tried to backdash away from it and ended up getting hit by it. This is set point for Zur. Set point for. Wait, is this 5 or 6?
No, this is 6.
This is 6. That's what I thought.
I think another thing with ArSlayer currently is that, it might be nervous of playing on stream. I know personally I get, sort of antsy playing on stream.
We all do, man. Like everyone has, a little bit of excitement. Like especially at tournaments when you're on the stage and playing.
Oh yeah.
Some manage it better. Some manage it better than others. But everybody feels the rush. You know what I mean? Ooh, 5-8. I like the 5-8. I like the pressure, and then he just stopped and he 5-8 just to check any approach or any button that ArSlayer was gonna do. But that's kind of what I was talking about. You know what I mean? It's the places where he can end his pressure. He can end it at a distance that Gordeau is not comfortable being able to check. There's nothing really Gordeau's going to be able to press. He's going to have to commit to either dashing up and pressing something, or he's going to have to commit to a big button like his 5C, which if Zur just pushes something a little bit quicker than what he normally would, like 5A, like we saw, 5A is going to check the 5C. Is going to check the 5C, and he's going to keep getting hit like that. Yeah. So it was just all around controlled by Zur the entirety of the match. The grid game, the engagements, the momentum, it was just all in Zur's favor, and it just wasn't able to get his foot in the door and get anything solid established.
I mean, yeah, it is unfortunate, but luckily, with this being an exhibition series, hopefully, looking back at the VODs and sort of picking apart the gameplay, and hopefully, what we said was in some ways helpful. I see massive amounts of potential. There's not that many, Gord players, in the scene as of now. And I think that to be able to take that character to the next level, you know, I think ArSlayer is completely capable of that.
Oh man, these guys got in here and they got ready fast.
Oh, they're ready to go.
We're still doing post talks from the previous set, and these guys like, listen, it's time for this action.
For sure.
It's Tanner versus CG. Tanner's Merkava is absolutely disgusting. CG is an Enkidu that I've only recently become aware of, even despite playing Enkidu myself. Like I want to say a month or two ago, I learned about. But apparently the guys, are pretty good Merc. Is he on the? I think he want to say he's on the West or something like that. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, neither am I. But as an Enkidu player, like, how do you feel about this matchup specifically?
It's not bad. It's not bad. The only thing, the main thing is that the fireball float actually makes things. I mean, the fadeaway, the fireball float actually makes things a little bit interesting. Oh, CG is from the east. Came back from the east. Wait, no, Seattle. No, Seattle. Wait.
What?
I'm tripping. My man said he's from Seattle. I'm tripping.
Oh, all the way the west.
All the way the west. All of the west.
Ooh.
Get Frosty a map. Get Frosty a map. He can't do geography. He never has.
Oh, nice block.
Assault JC. Assault JC hitting all the way downtown.
Oh, nice counter.
Ooh. Goes with the parry.
Does he have
it? Nope. He decided to go for the throw anyway.
I mean, I respect it.
Okay, here we go. Rekas? He just went. So
nice
he went for the 236. So for some people who may be wondering why Enkidu players sometimes go with the 236 A6A, nice 236E by the way. Go for the 236 A6A and don't finish the entire Rekka. It's more frame advantage to do that. Ooh, not the IC3C, not the IC3C CG.
The esports normals.
So what I was gonna say before was one of the things about the matchup that's changed is Merkava has the drift. He has the drift out of his projectile, and he has the air backdash now. That changes the dynamic of the matchup and like the ability for IC3C to be very applicable when Merkava's throwing fireballs, because now IC3C is not very you can't manipulate it very far.
Yeah.
It's either you do 3C or you do IC3C, and it's not really that much of an in-between. So it's really hard to justify committing to that button now, since Merkava can just drift in and out of your IC3C range if they're aware of it.
Right.
But CG making a good, I would say making a good adjustment right here. You know, one thing that'd be really interesting is like when Merkava's that high in the air. I've seen some people like jump up and try and shield it, because it's air shieldable now. It's air shieldable now, where it definitely was not before in Unis. I have had my back blown out many a times trying to do that, but now it is. Ooh, EX parry.
Oh my god.
All right.
Good backdash.
Rib broken. Oh man, that's rough. So that's one of those things that, as you progress and you keep getting better as a player, that you'll really start paying more attention to. Is that there are just times where you don't need to shield, right? Like CG had such a good grid lead, and if he probably would have just done like just regular block and did regular blocking throughout the course of the throughout the rest of that cycle, he probably would have just won that. The fact that he decided to commit to the shield gave Tanner the ability to grid break him and steal that from him. Tanner absolutely should not have gotten that mobile cycle, but he was able to scare CG into shielding and got it. 4C in the face?
Good check.
A bar A 4C, huh? Ooh, misses the shield. Tanner decides to commit to it again. Another one. Alright, we drifting. Okay, trying to run away. Ooh, tries to IC236B. Runs straight into a fireball from Merkava. So CG was doing a really good job being very patient, trying to work his way in methodically. Just dash blocked a little bit, messed up. What CG could have done in that situation. So this is one thing that's really good about Enkidu's buttons is Enkidu's 3C in this matchup is that even though Merkava can drift, if you have access to, have access to Vorpal, you can IC 3C, and then as the flash happens, you can chain shift it before the up kick comes out, and you recover, and then you can still punish him sometimes. So if you want to wait in when he's doing the fireball, you can still do that. You just aren't guaranteed the IC 3C anymore because you're not guaranteed the positioning. But out the gate, Tanner already got CG to the corner. CG found a couple of hits here and there, but right now, Ooh, goes for the 60, goes for the 60 Tanner decides to challenge right there. I don't disagree necessarily with the challenge. Ooh, goes for another 66 speed. Goes for another 66 speed, and you know 66 speed is actually not a bad media in this match. It's not actually not a bad media because the thing about Merkava's reversal that a lot of people don't know. I mean, well, not a lot of people don't know, but people need to be aware of. It's 2-3-6C. It loses invulnerability the moment that it actually starts up and begins doing damage. Gets hit with the 2C right there is going to take the round, but it loses invulnerability the moment that it starts doing damage. So 6-6B and 6-6C are active so long that they can actually trade with Merkava's 2-3-6C, and he gets nothing out of it, basically.
Yeah. You know, I think CG is doing a really good job of catching Merkava in the air after he's already exhausted his air options. He's done it 3 times in this matchup already. And I think that adaptation throughout the matchup is, you know, what's going to shift it towards the end.
Yeah.
Oh, nice setup.
Ooh. That was a good block.
Good block.
Yeah, that was a really good block. Okay.
Ooh, nice
right.
challenge.
Yep, nice poke out. Gets the 6-6 B cross up in the force function. Ooh, goes for the 2-2B. Goes for the 2-2B. He didn't commit to the he didn't EX parry right there. That was really interesting. Because 2-2B, of course, being a special move, you can just 2-1-4C. You can 2-1-4C. You know what I'm saying? You can smash 2-1-4C in that situation and get EX parry out. Get EX parry cancel. Tanner doing a good job. Taking advantage of the momentum given to him off of the back of that 2-6C and was able to take that away from CG. I'd really like to see CG. Respecting Merkava's 2-3-6C just a bit more. Just a bit more. He's still doing frame traps. He's still doing some meaties that require a little bit more commitment than other meaty sports. Just kind of give him the opportunity to do it. You know what I mean? Okay. I like the shielding though. I like this dashing and shielding. Ran into that one, but that's okay. He's still gonna get this Vorpal cycle. That's still pretty nice right now. Ooh, misses the force. He gets hit by the glide.
This hurt.
Yeah, glide is actually a pretty decent starter.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to go for the dash under. Okay, 4C ends up getting punished. That does not have head properties to it. You got to be very mindful of the fact that yeah, 4C is cool and everything, but it does not have head properties. If you're going to challenge that, you want to challenge it with like 6-2-3A, because it's going to have enough forward momentum to punish it if he chooses to fly or if he chooses to feint. He chooses to fly, feint, or he goes for the actual 3C. Another option is 2-1-4A. Just parry if you think he's actually going to commit to it. It's really good. Nice 2A challenge. But, okay, takes the knockdown. Dashes up.
Nice
gets the grab.
Let's see. Merkava special.
Oh, gets the A parry. 6-6C. 2-3-6 AA. Nice. He's not dead.
Feel good.
He's not dead. 2-3-6C. Cash out a little bit. Oh, never mind. He chose to spend it all. He chose to spend it all to
the
get
way
the round.
dead.
Yeah, man. I figured he was gonna 2-3-6C and then just keep a little bit of meter on him, just because it is nice to have bar coming in. I mean, coming into this matchup specifically.
Yeah.
But it's a-okay. It's a-okay if you choose to spend it. Gets him in the corner and steals a bit of grid. That's one thing that. Ooh. Speaking of grid, my man ends up shielding the 2-1-4A, shields the too late, and ends up winning the Vorpal cycle. But grid broke.
I wonder why he shielded.
I think he was trying to change it.
Oh, okay.
You know, sometimes you try and change shift and you think that you're holding 2. You think that you're holding 2, but you're really holding 1 or 3.
Yeah.
And you end up getting Ooh, nice Sivo. He's trying to hit him with the Sivo frame trap. Good block. Remembering that 2-2C is an overhead even in these dire of times. Tries to run up, go for the 4C, and gets yammed on. Gets hit with the slam jam from Tanner, and that's going to be the double perfect.
Oof.
CG's got to figure something out. He's got to figure something out now.
Yeah.
Tanner's playing that really annoying fireball game, and he's doing exactly what I said. He's drifting forward, drifting backwards. So he's making CG not be very confident about how he should approach dealing with the projectiles. But what I would recommend if I was talking to CG is that he should just entirely change up the approach that he's taking to the projectiles. If Tanner's gonna throw fireballs, shield them sometimes, jump over them sometimes, IC3C sometimes. Make him unsure of what the spacing that you're going to be at is. Oh wow, tries to throw him, and that wasn't mid-air recovery. Goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness, that's perfect.
Oh my goodness. Not another one.
This combo doesn't feel good either.
Going
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Cancel in the air fireball.
Woo. Oh.
Doesn't block this 2-2C.
Oh,
He's going
no.
to block up another. Perfect. Tanner is just making CG very very unconfident about about his decisions he should be making in this particular position. He is not comfortable dealing with this Merkava pressure. So you know, in that respect, when I'm not comfortable dealing with pressure, I really recommend. Ooh, goes for the 2-on-4C. Ends up gonna and the IC 5C. Okay, risky business. I like it though. There we go.
Oh no.
See, that's what I'm talking about though. You can do the spin dash, chain shift out of the spin dash before the kick comes up, and then you could do something. He was just Merkava had already just committed to it. So what CG would have had to have done, he could have up kicked, because up kick now 6-2-3-A now has head and dive involved frame 1. Nice 3C. Tanner going in right now, and that's gonna be the round. 3C force function, shake the baby into the people's elbow. That's gonna be the combo, guys. But man, Tanner just riding this momentum. It is 4-0. CG needs a win, and he needs it now. He needs to break this momentum. Tanner's just on fire. He feels like he can do pretty much whatever he wants, and he's not far off. CG's letting him run in. He's letting him control the pace. But that's because Tanner's doing a good job of changing his movement. Merkava is one of those characters that makes you very unconfident when it comes to anti-airing him.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the current version of the game. Before I try and anti-air Merkava all day with IC3Cs, but in the current version of the game with the drifts and all his extra aerial options, it's so scary to actually commit to any anti-air because he can just not be there. And I understand what CG's mentality is kind of in this position. Gets hit with the assault jump A into 2B. Tanner just running wild right now. Ooh, drops the combo. Nice. Gets the tech. Tries to challenge after it. Gets hit with the 2-3-6C, and Tanner just going off. Not off. AWF. He is all the way in right now. 2B gets parried. Tries to shield. Ooh, miss. Doesn't get the punishment. Doesn't get the punish, but it's okay. It's still minus right here. And he doesn't have access to hit him with the noodle boy special. 2-3-6C and the 2-3-6C. Chain shift. 6-2-3C.
There it is.
I agree. Damn. My man Tanner is so confident. He has taken a moment. He took a hiatus just to come in chat and let people know that he invented 2-3-6C and the 2-3-6C. This is wild. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, he wasn't able to get the punish. He decided he was going to 6-6B there. Nice. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like. That was so I wouldn't recommend going for the I think maybe he might have it down offline, right? Like that might be one of those things that's like it's just not net play. It's not able to be done in net play with any kind of genuine consistency. Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta let the Merkava. Oh my God! Yo, my man said, I see the startup of that 2-2B, and grabbed him out of the 2-2B after eating the 5A though.
The thing that's been especially tough about this matchup is so Merkava is controlling the space so well, but also when he gets in, he's going to hit you. You are going to get mixed up.
Yeah.
So he gets hits all over the stream.
Tanner, I agree with that assessment. Tanner has offense has been extremely successful at pretty much every stage of the game. No matter what it is, anytime he gets in, he's pretty much getting a conversion. Oh yeah. So CG needs to find a way to either up his defense and break that stride, which is what he just did right there. That was a very good defensive. Never mind, commentator's curse. Oh, IC3C
nice.
connects. Here comes the big dead. Oh, never mind, drops it. 6-6C. 6-6C to chase it. 2-2C. All right, let's go. I'll take this knockdown, thank you. Ooh, 2A. He stood up. So I think what happened there was Tanner. So when it comes to Merkava, I like to pressure Merkava in a similar manner to how I like to pressure Batista. Okay. And what I mean by that is when I go for like my 2A, since I only have like one chainable low, I'll 2A. And if they try and flash kick, they have to stand up. Same thing with Merkava. If Merkava's going to try and 2-3-6 you, he has to stand up. And if you're doing your 2A, if you're going through your 2As and you know that your opponent likes to 2C, you'll catch them trying to input that reversal. As long as you don't leave a gap, just don't leave a gap. Actually string into it. 2-1-4-8.
What a call out.
Ooh, tries to go for
nice
ice.
for it.
This is what I'm talking about. The drift just allows him to, you know, kind of just play with this spacing that he normally play with the distance of a lot more than he normally would have been able to. Gets hit with the jump B.
Oh my goodness.
God damn. You know, every time I see Merkava's jump B, you know what that reminds me of, man? Remember in Space Jam when Michael Jordan was about to make the game-winning dunk?
Yeah.
And he stretches his arm out all the way. That's what that shit reminds me of. Merkava just in the air, reaching the air somebody. Ooh, nice force function.
Ooh, nice.
It caught in the other side, but he wasn't able to get the actual punish.
CG's doing a really good job of maintaining grid. Last match and this one as well, and it's giving him a better chance in neutral. Oh, nice.
Oh no, that was.
Trying for it.
He's not. So the thing is, he's not. Now he's just fishing. He's kind of fishing. He just wants to hit. He wants to hit. He wants to make Tanner have to sit down somewhere. But the way that you go about this matchup now is completely different. The way that like Enkidu approaches this matchup now is very similar to how we used to. Very similar to how we approached the Hilda matchup. What's necessary in the matchup is you have to make them guess at which area of space they need to defend, because the thing about Hilda and Merkava is they can't defend both aerial and ground at the same time.
Right.
Neither of them can. So you want to put him in a position where if he commits to the two, doesn't parry. What? I don't know what he tried to commit to right there, but it was not parried. But what I say, you want to try and make them commit to having to defend a particular area and then approach. Slowly and methodically move Merkava back towards the corner. In fact, one of the things that makes Merkava a lot less annoying than Hilda and like Yuzu is that he doesn't have access to a teleport, and that if he wants to change positioning at all, he either has to fly over you or he has to try and he has to hit you and get past you.
Right.
So you can effectively be a wall in Merkava's path once you start cutting off the distance, once you start cutting off the rest of the screen from him. But you just want to basically wrangle Merkava and get him to sit his ass down like at some portion of the screen. Right now, Tanner's spending all his time in the air, up back fireballing. He's playing this like he plays the Byakuya matchup. Like how Merkava plays the Byakuya matchup. And that shouldn't, that shouldn't really be the case, but it's working against CG right now.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. I like that adjustment that CG's making. The jump shield, the jump shield is really nice, because now if Tanner decides to in those situations, say if Tanner decides to commit to a jump B or anything in the air like that, he'll shield that and potentially be able to get a punish, either get a punish as a falling punish, or he'll at least be able to take a turn. I'm liking that adjustment, and I hope to keep seeing him do more aerial shields while Tanner is in flight mode as the set progresses.
CG's been doing a really good job of winning the cycle and then sort of taking Tanner's pressure away, with parry, and it gives him good positioning, because if he does it in the corner, then boom, he has that corner positioning, and then he gets tons of damage off the combo and ton of mix-up available, right?
Yep, absolutely. Is actually going to take the round. Is actually going to take down. Ooh, gets hit with the 4C. He tries to go for the up back JA and then ends up eating that. That is another thing. Merkava, while he doesn't extend his hurt box for too late for 2-1-4-A, he does extend his hurt box for all of his other normals. Like you can 5C, you can 4C his 5C even at the tip of his dirty, grubby boy fingers. You can 4C that button, and it actually has a hurt box all the way to the end. Same thing with JA and all the other aerial normals that he has. You can anti-air that without Merkava's body being next to you. So you can preemptively 4C or stick 4C out just to discourage him from trying to play aerial footsies with you in that way. Ooh, gets the 5A. Side swap. No need for a purple strip. 2CCC. Yes, please. Goes for the 660, mistimes it. I do like that he went for the, he attempted the meaty, sorry. Oh God, why can't I talk right now?
Okay.
I'm choking.
Take him all the way to the corner.
Okay.
Worm setup.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I do like they tried to attempt the meaty 60C because, like I said before, if he goes for the wake up, ooh, assault JC. That's gonna be. Oh, never mind, he dropped it. I was gonna say that's gonna be a lot. Fun fact, Merkava doesn't have to like respect that. He can too late. He can 2-on-4A, and if he 2-on-4As and it connects, because Enkidu's infinite worth, nice way to pick up the one for CG. Because Enkidu's infinite worth doesn't have that much vulnerability, it will pull him. The animation for too late will pull him through the projectile, and then he'll just start, nomming on Enkidu. He actually gets away with that. He actually gets away with that. If you can respond to the infinite word startup with 2-on-4A Merkava players, do it. It's a free punish. But we are at 5-2. CG has got himself on the board, and now he's getting a little bit of momentum. Tried to go for the IC3C wish, but Tanner wasn't in a position to punish. All right.
Oh, nice challenge.
Yeah, that was good. Man got tired of Merkava nibbling at his ankles.
I don't blame him.
You know what bothers me most about Merkava? It's not his general design. It's the fact that my man just looks like he has a roll. He has nothing but bicuspids in his mouth. That makes me very uncomfortable. Like, if you ever look at his teeth, none of them are like canines or insides. They just look like a row of bicuspids. And I'm like, this man bites the hell out of you. Like, look at his character portrait right now. Look at his character portrait right now. You'll never be able to unsee that shit. You will never be able to unsee it.
Like, what does he eat though? That's the real question.
People. He eats people.
It's just like, I don't get it. Oh god. God, it's his general design. Like, it's gotta be his general design. I don't know where all that hair comes from.
Oh, I see 4C. Oh, Laurier and Rogaine. That's where it comes from. So let's go for the 4C. All right, man. CG making some nice adaptations. Being very patient. I'd like to, so Tanner. One thing I've noticed. Oh, tries to back that 236C. Interesting. But one thing I was gonna say is that I noticed that gets hit with the 3C on the other side. But what I was gonna say is I noticed Tanner is just kind of going at CG at all points in the game. He's never slowing down the pressure. He's never breaking it up. My man is just going ham, eggs, and cheese all day long. Like, he's never letting up, no matter what the ball cycle's doing. I'd really like. That's one thing I like to see Tanner do is like start baiting green shields out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Gets hit with the second hit of 236A. Now that it recovers a little bit faster, you can actually combo. You can combo off of it. Before, you could only combo off 236A 6A on. I'm no sorry, that was only 236A. 236A you can only combo off of if you have 4-4.
Oh my goodness.
Chain shift 2-1-4-8 is a 1 frame. Enkidu has an actual 1 frame reversal now post chain shift. Ooh!
Oh.
Tried to go for the jump C. Tried to go for the jump C and ended up eating the fireball. Got the hot foot. All right, nice shield right there. Gets the parry. 6-6 sees his way in. Nice. Tanner respected the potential of the third Rekka. You know the funny thing about Enkidu's Rekka is that his second Rekka into the third Rekka is that it becomes scarier if you shield the second Rekka because you add a longer gap and there's more chance for you to get counter hit because you shielding it. Normally the gap is pretty small. And you can wake up 6-2-3-8. Ends up trading. But normally the gap is pretty small and like people will just mash reversals in there for that reason, trying fuzzy mash reversals. Yeah. But if you shield it, you can create a bigger gap than what you're expecting. So that's just something to be mindful of. Oh yeah, I was just about to say J236A is definitely gonna hit. This is the round. This is the round. The momentum is shifting, my people.
It's 5-3. CG bringing it back.
Don't call it a comeback.
I'm not saying anything.
I think LL Cool J said that. Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, Tanner's taking a little bit of going back to character legs.
He's got to choose a different color. He's gonna choose like Easter egg Merkava just to throw him off his game. I
have to respect it.
Oh, never mind. He didn't play the ideological warfare game. My man. Listen. I lose games to any Merkava using like fun fact. You want to beat me? Just use like the bad Easter egg color, or use whatever that really bad God dang it, why can't I think of the Merkava color?
37.
Yes, use that color, and I will play with blindfolds before I intentionally try and beat you on screen. What?
Too bright.
It's too ugly.
Fair point.
Listen, I'm a Vega man. I love things that are beautiful, bro. Ooh, tried to 4C it instead of just shielding. That was interesting. Okay. Jump back. Okay, I see 236. I see 236B. Too late. 2C.
Keep going. Oh,
Ooh. Okay. EX parry.
we got those?
No, you know what? I respect his tenacity. My man is resilient. He wants that punish.
I think everybody wants that punish, I'll be honest.
Bro, listen. I just want. We could have comboed off that. Oh no. Oh, okay. But he's still gonna get the round. Oh. Misplayed. He could have had the meter. Where's the chain shift? He gets the round. No, I ain't judging. I ain't judging.
I don't got that round. We'll take that one home.
Yeah, absolutely. Put that one in the pocket. Put that one in the pocket. Cash that one out at the bank, baby. We got that.
Berries are hitting right now. All over the map.
I'm surprised that all right, Tanner.
Oh
Tanner trying to mash after 6C. 6C shockwave. So for those guys who don't know, 6C can hit with the foot, or if it whips, it creates a shockwave. 6C shockwave into 2-2B is a frame trap. Ooh, okay. He's grabbed. Oh, he tried to EX parry. He tried to EX parry. That's why he's only down to 25 meter right now. CG, that is. Nice grab. All right, holding the pressure. I like this. Not shielding, being very patient. I like to see Tanner's not getting shut up. Tries to go for the grab. Tanner realizing that he's going to need to make up this grid deficit somehow. CG also realizing that Tanner's going to need to make up the grid deficit, and that's why he was so prepared to tech the throws. It is 5-4 CG making a comeback right now on stream before you all. Enkidu Nation, rise up. I'm not saying that because I play Enkidu. You're saying that because you play Enkidu. Shut up. I'm not judging you guys. What? I didn't pick a side before the set started, huh? Listen, some of my best friends are Merkava players. I had a Merkava player over last week.
Everybody's got a good friend that's a Merkava player, I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No discrimination around here.
Yeah. I'm not sure you even play Undernight if you don't have a friend that plays Merkava, honestly.
You know, it's you know, how could you? You know what I'm saying? How could you truly be a representative of the Undernight community if you don't have a Merkava friend? I was gonna say I'm friends with Batista, but that's too far. That would let people. That'd be a lot.
That's a little too much, I think. That's not a combo. That is not a combo.
It was. It is if you believe hard enough.
Oh,
it
okay,
is if you're colorblind. Ooh, tries to go for IC3C. Almost caught him slipping.
These parries hits. You gotta have to hold that.
Ooh, you're absolutely right. Ooh, I thought that 214A was about to come and grab my man by the ankles. Nice parry. Ooh, gets hit with the second hit of 226A. That is combo, baby. Oh man. Okay, gets a nice healthy 3.1. Trying to bait out the 236C right now. I respect it.
Oh, nice.
Tanner doing a very good job, being very restrained until he saw Enkidu's leg go up for the 6C. Tanner knows that there is no way that is actually a true block string. There is nothing there's nothing Enkidu can do into like a delayed 6C to make it a true block string. He has to do something else. CG, I like that. So the thing with CG in that particular pressure situation. Oh man. Ooh, that was a good potential. Okay. Oh, he is trying for that punish.
CG, I want you to have it. I want you to have it.
At this point, you honestly just deserve it.
Yeah.
Oh, but he gets punished. He tried to change it. When he chain shifted, I was surprised that he didn't go into infinite worth. Didn't go into like infinite worth or cash out on the IWEX, because if he did, so if you chain shift and you go on IWEX, your grid will not be broken. It just won't give you any of the meter that you were supposed to get from chain shift. You know what I mean? It basically just offsets that grid break penalty. So that would have been a really nice way to crawl his way back into this too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Tanner, right now, this is the final game for Tanner. If he's able to put this away, CG just gonna have to hold that. An amazing comeback in the making. Really hate to see CG go out like this. Taking it, I would love to see him bring it all the way back, bring it to a final game. IC3C didn't believe it actually would have hit. He didn't believe in it. 2148 tried to assault JC, ends up being met with a fireball.
Tanner's really in there.
Oh no! CG drops the combo. Oh, it was so well earned. IC3C chain shift at the flash, made the worm miss, and then got part of the combo, and I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna give you guys the like secret, giving Enkidu players like the secret sauce. All right, this is some technology I cooked up in the lab, back in Unis, but now it's time to let the public know about it. So if there is a Merkava player who you think is going to who's going to 2-3-6 on his wake up, you can assault at said Merkava player, and then you can dive kick. And what that'll do is it'll lift your hurt box, and you'll dive kick behind him. You'll end up dive kicking behind him, and then you can punt. If you have access to chain shift, you can 2-3-6C. You can 2-3-6C chain shift and get a full punish, guys. That is the sauce. I shall give you no more.
Wait, that is actually like sauce.
It's actual tech. It is actual tech. Listen, man. Listen, puns for my names aren't the only thing that I'm laughing out here, right?
Okay,
That's all I'm saying. Okay. Blocks 6C, tries to go for the 2-3-6A, 6A. CG going to the well a little bit too much. Tanner is well aware of the fact that he's going for it. See what I did there?
I mean,
I'm so not. It's all right, man. You don't gotta acknowledge it. I'll pat my own back.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
But Tanner,
Oh,
see,
he doesn't go for it.
see, that's what I was gonna say. He could that right there. He could have just done too late. Ends up eating a dive, ends up eating a swanton bomb, and my man ends up losing. Takes his meal back to wherever he is going to so he can enjoy it with those bicuspids. So he can munch down on Enkidu's muscles with them bicuspids. Good luck, bro. Other voids have tried before you. But nah, man, that was a good set of games. I think that the main thing. So no, let me ask you, what do you think the main thing was that got CG behind? And then what do you think led him to make that almost 5 run comeback?
Okay, so I think it was pretty much all about approach. Tanner was doing a really good job of playing the keep away game, and then also taking his advantage that he gained from getting various hits, and then taking it into sort of mix up scenarios. And I think as the game went on, CG really developed a game plan to sort of get around the fireballs, get around 5C, and then get in. However, I think toward the end, after CG's run, Tanner really he played a more varied game and incorporated the ground game a lot more, which all that CG had been working for was, let me get in this fireball maze, and then that's no longer present, and then now you have to play the ground game and deal with 5C 214A, and it's sort of a different dynamic that I don't think he was thinking about toward the beginning of his 4-game run.
Yeah. So, and I guess in that respect, it seemed like Tanner went back to the projectiles. Tanner went back to the projectiles in the last game, and that's what actually got him to win. What do you feel? So if that's the way that you're interpreting the adjustments that he made, why do you think the projectile game starting to make him have to navigate through that environment again was successful in the last 2 games?
Well, I think that sort of becomes the mind game, right? Like, CG feels good that he's able to sort of traverse this environment, but the later it goes on, the more pressure that's on to maintain a streak and eventually attempt to win the set. And then taking that sort of eagerness to get in and to get hits, because I mean, realistically, if you get in but you don't get hits, you're not going to net gain anything. So I
Yep.
think he's sort of eager to get in, make some calls that are, slightly riskier than he would have made earlier in the set.
Mhm.
And that caused him to get hit much more often, I think, in those last two matches.
Okay. No, that's a very fair assessment. I personally feel like CG was doing an excellent job navigating. He was doing a good job navigating the ground game. I think what I really did like when I saw it from him is when he went up in the air and he began air shielding, because then that meant that Tanner wasn't going to be able to approach and wasn't going to be able to like falling JB him anymore. Because if he did, he was just going to lose all kinds of momentum. So it kind of took away that option. And I think Tanner did recognize that, because that was around when he started implementing that option, or trying to implement the option. That was around the time Tanner stopped going for a lot of those stopped playing a lot of the aerial footsies, and then just started relying more heavily on the projectile and the drift of the fireball. I think one big thing that CG just really was missing out on in some of those opportunities. I think he just ate entirely too much 236C, and he ate entirely too much 236C, and then there were just opportunities that dropped. But that's the nature of the beast. We play fighting games.
Yeah,
We're not gonna hit every combo every time, but in the Merkava versus Enkidu matchups, combos are valuable, even if you have to do something that's not necessarily maximum damage, but it's gonna get you the Oki and the positioning that you want. It's best to go for that, just for the sense of security and just for the sense of advantage that it's gonna give you. I mean, the positional advantage it's gonna give you. But good stuff to both CG and Tanner. Good stuff to both CG and Tanner. And man, that was the first set. It was, it kind of breezed by. I thought the second set was gonna go very similar to the first set, and
it looked that way for sure.
Yeah, man. But CG turned it on for a bit. All he needed to do, he stole momentum from around, then made it a game. And then my man said, "I'm gonna take this dollar, and I'm gonna take this dollar, and I'm gonna stretch it and make it 10. I'm gonna make it 20. I'm gonna make it 30." You know what I'm saying? He flipped that win. He flipped the momentum into something very big. I love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
most definitely.
So before we get out of here, I just want you guys to know that next week's RVE is going to be commentated by two of the galaxy brains of the Under Night community. It's going to be Jushishi and Argenrost. And it's going to be Jushishi and Argenrost commenting some very good games. Our dude bringing the bonk to RVE. We're gonna have Wishy. We're gonna have Wishy coming in with the Nanase. Wishy with the Nanase and her buffed 2B. Why does this character have two sweeps? Why does this character have two sweeps now? I don't understand. I'm gonna message Kimone and be like, "Yo, I think you messed up. You put a 2C on her 2B slot. It doesn't knock down, so I think that you just kind of messed up all around. You extended the hurt box. It doesn't knock down anymore. We just need you to address this." It's a problem. It's so annoying. But the second set is going to be BM versus my boy, my pupil, my student, Masamune Ninja. In a match, Byakuya versus Enkidu. And man, this matchup is so fun. In my personal opinion. I love it. It's high stake footsies. It's high stake footsies for both players. Yeah. And each player has to make so many reads in neutral. Like the Byakuya player has to try and like make a read if they should try and 2B here, because their 5B won't reach. But if they let me in close enough for their 5B to reach, my 5B reaches. But if they 2B, I 6-6B, they get crushed. I get 3K and the corner. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all these things that you have to consider while playing footsies and navigating in the neutral game in that matchup that makes it very, very interesting to me. And I really look forward to being here for next week's RVE. You better be cheering for Enkidu next week. You Elton player.
I don't know about all that.
You have sins to atone for.
I think I might be cheering for Nanase before I'm cheering for Enkidu. I'm gonna be honest.
You might be cheering for Nanase before you cheer for Enkidu. You know what, man?
I think I'm gonna have to put my life down on that one.
Wait, where are you from? Texas?
Philly.
Where? Philly. God damn. Somebody said, okay. I was looking at the chat. I was like, wait, what? Where? Okay, my man said, I am not Frosty. I'm on the other end of the country. We are. My man said, I am actually from the east.
Oh
but
yeah.
no. What's up? But all right, guys, we about to get out of here. We scooting along. I appreciate every last one of you for being here. Jaykom, I appreciate you for also joining me on Lay Microphone. But until next time, you guys, this has been RVE, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Yeah.
No, it's always fun. It's always fun to.
Good commentary. Yeah.
Come on, Jay. You know, and Hydro stream and.